Rohan had lived in his modest flat for a year. He knew every corner, every creak of the floorboards. One night, as he returned from work, something was different. A door where there had never been a door before stood slightly ajar at the end of his hallway. He froze. Rohan was certain there had never been a door there. His heart pounded in his chest. He approached cautiously, each step echoing in the silence. A cold draft emanated from the gap, sending a shiver down his spine. Rohan reached for the handle. It was cold, metallic, and oddly damp. The air grew thick with anticipation. He hesitated. What lay beyond? Curiosity, a powerful force, urged him forward. He pushed the door slowly. It creaked open, a long, drawn-out groan that seemed to echo his unease. The hallway beyond flickered. The light, unsteady and dim, cast dancing shadows that twisted familiar shapes into ominous figures. His breath caught in his throat. The air hung heavy, thick with the scent of damp earth and something else, something unfamiliar. Rohan peered into the distorted hallway. It was narrow, the walls seeming to close in, the ceiling too low. A sense of claustrophobia washed over him. He took a step inside, the floorboards groaning ominously beneath his weight. Each step forward seemed to pull him further into this unsettling mystery. A cold sweat prickled his skin. Why was he doing this? The hallway opened into a room that mirrored his own bedroom. Furniture stood in the same arrangement, the same worn rug lay on the floor, but something was wrong. The colors were all off, muted and faded, as if all the life had been leached out. And then he saw him. Lying asleep in the bed was another Rohan. He was identical, down to the last detail. Rohan stared, his mind struggling to comprehend the impossible. The flickering light danced across the figure on the bed, making it seem as if it were breathing, alive. Rohan's blood ran cold. This was wrong, profoundly wrong. A primal fear, an instinct deep within him, screamed at him to run, but his feet felt rooted to the spot, trapped by a morbid fascination. He could wake the other Rohan. He could speak to him. The thought, as terrifying as it was, held a strange allure. What would his double say? Who was he? Or he could turn and run, flee back to the safety of his own flat, pretend he had never seen this, never opened this impossible door. But even as he considered it, Rohan knew he wouldn't forget. The image of his doppelganger, asleep in that distorted reflection of his own room, would forever be seared into his mind. The decision loomed heavy and stark. Enter or run, the choice was his. What would you do?